Alright, what is up everybody? How is it going? So I'm planning very far ahead. Thank you very much for joining me for today's technical analysis for Bitcoin, which is Thursday, June the 13th. Are you guys excited for the NBA game? Warriors versus Raptors, Game 6. I'm Canadian. We all know who I'm rooting for. So guys, it's been a while since I've done a technical analysis. I appreciate you joining me once again. And I think a lot of you guys know why I've kind of faded a little bit with the technical analysis. It's because I've come to realize that I'm a day trader. And as a day trader, it's very difficult to do technical analysis for like a weekly forecast or down the road. But now is a time where it's quite crucial, in my opinion, to be paying attention to what is going on. So let's take a look at this, guys. Bitcoin has been defying all laws and all expectations of everybody for a fairly long time. And guys, I think we're all in the same boat when we say that, oh, we're expecting some deep retracement, but we're just not getting it. So we're going to do a technical analysis from a MACD and RSI and price action perspective today to see what kind of targets this could actually hit. So I'm going to state right up front, guys, that the first target that we could possibly hit, if this were a bull run that will continue, will be 10K. I'm going to shoot for the 9,500 on the lower side, and I'll talk about how we can actually get there, alright? And then on the lower side, if we do not get there, we're absolutely going to test the 7,500 region again, all the way down to possibly even 6,800. And on the very pessimistic side, we don't want to be testing 6K, but of course that's always possible. But I really doubt we'll get below 6,500 for the bear side. Alright, excuse me, my throat's very dry today. So let's talk about this price action right now, what's been happening. So the daily candles, guys, they have been showing a tremendous amount of resilience to go to the downside. And the bulls are picking it up in full swing. And it started right around here. When the histogram started to level off, not only did it level off, but it started to tick up very aggressively as well. And not only did we tick up aggressively, but we shot from 7,500 to a pretty high number. To, I can't click on this for some reason. There you go. We ended up shooting up 11% in just the past few days, which is substantial in my opinion. So we were all expecting it to make a touch somewhere around the 55 EMA, but that didn't happen whatsoever. As soon as these two candles started forming right there, these two combination candles, where we had a rejection to the downside with the same type of wick range, actually over several days, this is where it's signaled to go long, and especially when we started to get this tick up on the histogram as well. Not here, but this one right there. As long as you're getting a higher low, that's always going to signal, in my opinion, some sort of rally that's going to happen. And right now, of course, we broke out of this range already. This RSI treating it like a resistance. And we're poking out of it right now for the first time in about, how many days is this? In almost 30 days. And then if you look at the 12-hour candle as well, as soon as we were getting this higher low right there, this one higher low, but the price was relatively the same, 7,700 versus 7,500. That was a really good signal for us to go long as well. And as soon as the histogram started peaking up positively and started getting this type of curvature, if you take a look on the RSI, you can see it aggressively ticking up, especially on the 6-hour chart right here. Getting this type of resistance, bam, broke out of it, tried to come back to the downside, but the RSI support holds very, very true, and this was a signal right there to go long. So what a lot of people do is they look for a higher low, maybe followed by a few consecutive candles. So right now we're trending well above this particular range. Do you guys remember this range that I was mentioning over here? Right around 80, 180. That held true for a very long time. I was considering this right there my resistance, and as you can see, we're clearly breaking out of it right now. So in my opinion, we're gonna break. The lower range was 80, 80 around here, okay, and the higher range was around 80, 180. So let's just say we chose the lower range at 80, 80 about, and we broke out of it. Is it coincidental that as soon as we broke out of it right there is also the same time that this golden crossover is happening as well. So we're getting a lot of upward momentum. The volume is picking up very steady as well. So this is going to be one of those ranges that I believe bulls will be adding to their long positions. And of course, the major resistance area is right around here. So I can assure you guys that if we do get to these ranges, okay? So my intention is this before I talk about what's going to happen if we get to that range. I'm being a very conservative player lately. What I have been finding thus far is that whenever we're getting some type of golden crossover like this, what I find is that we get some small test to test this previous resistance that should now act as a support. And if this happens, that will be my signal to go long on there, anywhere around these ranges. And I will be more than happy to aggressively keep adding onto strength because I want to be a team player that's going to buy on strength so people can see it in the order book as well, so it'll encourage other people to also go long on it. Now guys, you might be thinking I'm a permanent bear, but no, I'm a bull at heart because I want the market to succeed. But at the same time, of course, I look for volatility if I do miss a long opportunity so I can find a short opportunity to capitalize on the missed one. So I think it's going to be a really exciting time. And we have to make note of this major resistance right here, okay? That's now a support. Do you guys remember how long it took us to break out of there? It took us about 12 days to break out of there finally, which is a long time in crypto space. And finally, it took us how many days to break out of here? Right, to break back out of there, it took us 5 days now to break above it. So it makes sense for me right now to see some small retracement perhaps. Our side is going to the extremely high side. It's getting to over 70 already. So if this happens and we get a small retracement, bam, I'm going to go in for at least a 50k position for this swing because I plan to just chill this weekend. I don't plan to really do too much whatsoever. So my projection stays true to what I believe in right now, where if we break above, if we bounce above here, I can assure you the bulls are going to do everything they can to try to hold above these specific levels, above 8150, 8180 specifically on Bitfinex here. And if we hold it, we can see an aggressive bull rally all the way up to the 8700 range. But if we fail, guys, if we fail, no doubt that right now, if we take a look at this structure, it's probably a 0.5 fib structure already. That's right, a 0.5 fib structure that we're hitting. And then if we fail, this could also be tested right here at the golden pocket range where bears are starting to load up right now. So if we don't, in my opinion, break above 8,400 with a lot of clear conviction, 8,400, we just got to blast through it with a nice green candle, right? Let's say we don't retrace to here first. We blast through it with a huge green candle to the 8,800 range, and then we get a small retracement to the downside. And if this happens, it'll encourage the bulls to push even harder. So I'm talking about just going straight up, small retracement, and then boom, we shoot up to this goal. This range here is kind of a danger, no trade zone, in my opinion, because one thing is going to happen. We're either going to go up or we're going to go heavy down if we make it to these ranges. But before we even get there, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't break above the 8,400 range, if we don't bounce over here, I can almost guarantee that we're going to start to see 74 to 7,600 regions again. So how am I deriving this, okay? I'm deriving this by demarcating specific zones of high volume that are showing supports and resistances as well. I'm also correlating it to find confluent reasons why we're going to see resistance at specific regions that's coinciding with Fibonacci as well. So in my opinion, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm a day trader. I will play it by ear. And wherever the RSI goes, wherever the price action goes, wherever the breakout goes, wherever the rally goes, up or down, I'm going to be there to capitalize on it. So I didn't want to take up too much of your time. Hope you guys have had a great day. Thank you very much for tuning into these short videos of mine. And just so you guys know, a lot of people are still asking me, like, do I still have my courses? Yeah, I do, guys. Take a look below. If you guys can't really afford it, honestly, like if it's a little bit too much out of your budget, work something out with me. That's fair to both of us, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. So have yourselves a great day. I plan to watch the Raptors and the Warriors game tonight, so you might not see a lot of me. Bye now. Take care.